as Real Madrid get across the line, eventually beating Celta Vigo by 5-2. Luis Garcia joins us to reflect on this here from Luis in a moment. But Craig, overall, like Real Madrid through 5-2 win, but really, there isn't much to be that optimistic about, is there?
Had to work really hard. Had to work. A lot more worrying signs for Real Madrid than there is for Barcelona.
Yes.
Now, that can change quickly, and it did before the winter break, and we've seen how quickly it can. We saw how quickly it can change. But for Real Madrid, it's kind of the same problems, isn't it? Just a little dysfunctional, defensively making mistakes, and making hard work of a lot of games. That being said, some great goals within the game from Endrick, from Mbappe. But they had to go to the well. They had to go to the substitutes, took some big hitters off, brought some fresh legs in. And in the end, I think Celta Vigo just got too tired. But a big win for them because it was absolutely needed after Saudi Arabia. But again, for the umpteenth time this season, not a brilliant performance.
No, by far means. It was not brilliant at all, Luis.
Yes, and we mentioned before the game, this is a style of games that Real Madrid managed to win in the last part of the game when the ability, technique, quality of the player they got up front, even the players from the bench make a big impact in today's game. But we don't see a solid performance. We don't see for many minutes Celta Vigo was dancing to Real Madrid players, moving around, understanding that in the middle of the park they were with advantage in numbers, so they could play from one side to the other side. Of course, in the last there, they don't have that ability, they don't have that clinical finish to go ahead on a score and get the lead. But the reaction from Real Madrid after the 2-2, I think, was fantastic. In the extra time, I think we saw a good Hendrick, even though that he missed a couple of chances by imposing himself and scored 2 goals. Fantastic Valverde once again. Arda Güler made also his approach to this game in a very well manner, having the ball, trying to lead with the players up front. So in the end, it's the kind of game that we've seen Real Madrid struggling during the many minutes, not the best performance, but in the end getting the result. 5-2 is a very good result for them going to the quarterfinal, getting a bit of confidence. But again, we have to wait and see when they face another top team, if they will have they will be able to get a good result. Today, it was just enough.
He's doing what
Hold on.
99.999
Real
of 100
Madrid
players
fans,
do.
if somebody got shot at the Bernabeu on the field, they would deny that it happened. It didn't happen. Come on. Look, it's a front man and it's a player's job just to get there before a goalkeeper. You see him coming, he's committed, you get a little toe poke onto it. What the referee's looking for is the ball changing direction, right? Which it didn't. So that tells you Svedberg gets the toe poke on it, the ball goes in the direction that he's poking it, keeper comes out, he's committed, he clearly catches the player, which VAR can see because they'll probably watch it 10 times. And how that Kylian Mbappe goal wasn't dragged back and Celta Vigo got a penalty, well, I think we kind of intimated at half-time and we kind of know the answer. A little favourable to the bigger team there.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say if it was the other end, it would definitely a penalty for Real Madrid.
What would Real Madrid fans be saying if it was the other end?
Well, I don't know. Luis, do you agree with the boys?
I agree that it was a touch over there. That I still don't understand why VAR wasn't aware of that or seeing that and just make the call and then let the referee, because in the real action, it's true that it's very quick. Maybe he has touched, Lunin can touch a little bit the ball. But just give it a call, listen, have a look because it looks like touch, and then you decide. It's about interpretation. Some will say that it's not enough, some other they will say, but there is a touch right there. Lunin touched the player, they never touched the ball, so it's a penalty. So let it see it at least in a different angle and see what he says, but not even a call from the VAR. That's what is the big concern.
No doubt, he is supremely confident in his own ability. I mean, he just is. We've seen him in games where he's either played or he's came on, ignoring senior players and taking strikes at goal. So he's not shy. The big question is just how much game time is he going to get and how many minutes, and over the next 12 to 18 months, how that's going to affect his progress. Because it's hard to make progress when you're sitting on your backside watching others most of the time.
Well, it is, but he also must have known when he came to the club that he was going to have to bide his time.
I don't know. He had more. You feel like he had more minutes at the start of his season.
Well, listen, every man and his dog knew that Mbappe was coming. Vinny's the up-and-coming superstar. Rodrigo pushed himself into a starting position as well. So he knew right from the get-go when he came, something remarkable was going to have to happen for him to be starting. So I guess at the end of the day, it's up to how he handles coming off the bench for a period of time, whether he loses his rag, whether he becomes unprofessional, doesn't look after himself properly, takes the huff. I mean, there's so many things that... Because he looks like the type of guy who might take the huff. You know, you see him, what is he, 18 years old?
Yeah.
Taking his shirt off and
Come
giving
on,
it all
Stevie,
this and giving it all...
What's wrong with
no,
that?
no,
He just
no,
scored
no.
at the
It's
leading
big
goal
time.
in extra
Dan,
time.
it's big time.
It's not big time.
It is big time.
Oh, leave him
It
alone.
is big. He looks as though he's a little bit big time, and that's why it's going to be
I
even.
think that's unfair.
And that's
Just
why
'cause
it's
he
going to
took
be
his
even
tee- just 'cause
harder
he took
for
his
him
t-shirt
to be
off.
sitting on the bench and getting frustrated.
You don't loan him out, though, do you? Because, well, I say that, you've got to look at his trajectory in terms of his career. But then if you're the Real Madrid manager, you're saying, well, you know, I really don't want to loan somebody out that if it's all going flat in my front three or my front two, he's a game changer. And I mean, players don't like to hear that, but he is a teenager. He is a squad player at this moment in time because there's superstars ahead of him. But he can change a game. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And he's got this supreme confidence and ability to make something out of nothing. So it's a difficult scenario. You're at this club, you want to play. Manager uses you now and again, predominantly off the bench. The best thing for him would be to be loaned out and to play and get game time, but he's kind of needed for that role, and that's a very difficult scenario for club and for the player.